Hello, I hope you're doing great. This week, I bring you a great actionable tip straight out of episode 148 of the Mind Over Finger podcast, where I speak with violin soloist Timothy Chooi, and he gives us so many awesome tips on how to practice, how to learn, and more importantly, how to believe in ourselves and also how to get to know ourselves better. So this actionable tip is excellent to do that, to get to know ourselves better. So I encourage you to do this reflection, preferably in writing. I always find for myself that I get so much more insights. I go so much deeper when I do things in writing. So grab a piece of paper and ask yourself the two following questions. Timothy wants to know, what do you want out of your musical life? So, what do you want? And don't think only about what you think is possible or what you think is probable. So, if anything was possible, if you could not fail, if there were no limits, what do you want? It's really important to know this and to allow yourself to dive in and just dream about the things that you really want. Second question. If you're struggling with the first one, I think the second question can help you. Think about what you don't want in your musical life. And I'm going to quote Timothy on this one because I think he says it really well. It's not always clear what we want, but it can be easier to know what we don't want. And that automatically puts us closer to what we want. And I think that's so true. Sometimes we don't always know what we want, but we really know what we want to avoid, the things that we absolutely don't want in our lives. So when you take the time to think about what those things are, to establish what they are, you're going to get a lot of insight as to what your next decision is going to be, what direction you want to go into, what things have you been tolerating so far that maybe you no longer wish to have in your life, the things you don't want to facilitate in your life anymore. So take the time to think about these two questions. What are the things you want in your musical life and the things you don't want in your musical life? And please reach out. Let me know what insight this brought to you. And also make sure to listen to Timothy's interview. That's episode 148 of the Mind Over Finger podcast here on YouTube in video format. And also let me know what insight this brought to you. I hope you have an amazing week.